The ideal is not to become the victim of a violent criminal attack at all. However, not all attacks can be prevented. Sometimes you just have to face your worst fears. So the first thing you need to remember is keep those hands high. Let me illustrate. If Yolanda keeps her hands low and I try to touch her forehead, thereby simulating a punch, let's see how successful she will be to intercept that punch. As you can see, I managed to get through 3 times in a row. Now let's see what happens if her hands are in the high position. A lot more successful. Now you will also notice that her hands were in the open position, and there's a good reason for that. She wants to convince the attacker that she does not want to fight him. In other words, she wants to have the element of surprise on her side. Check this out. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. I said the same thing, but it has 2 different meanings. You will also notice that balance is critical in an attack. If Yolanda stands with her legs next to each other and I push her, she's off balance. However, if her one strong leg is at the back and I push her then, rock solid. Now, if her upright hands and the strong foundation is combined, she's in the ideal position to defend herself and to deliver highly effective strikes. The first strike we're going to show you is called the palm strike. She's going to use the heel of her hand and drive it into the attacker's nose or chin area. She can also attack vulnerable areas like the eyes, the throat, the groin, the knees, and the back of the spine. So the first attack we're going to show you is to attack the eyes. Yolanda is going to hold her fist with her thumb pointing upwards. She's then going to press the thumb downwards and make it nice and tight. And then she's going to drive that thumb into the attacker's eye socket as deep as she can. The instinctive reaction of people is to pull their heads backwards. She's going to prevent that by grabbing the back of my head and then driving the thumb into my eye. She can also attack the throat, and the way that she does that is by holding her hand upright in this position. You can see it forms a natural letter C, and she's going to use that C and drive it into the attacker's larynx area. Again, most people will pull back instinctively, so she's going to prevent that by holding my head and driving that C into my throat as deep as she can. Attacking the groin. Now this is where a lot of ladies believe that kicking a guy between the legs or punching and hitting him between the legs is going to stop him. Now let me be clear, it's really painful, but it does not cause sufficient injury to stop a determined attacker. What you want to do is inflict maximum damage, and the way you do it is by grabbing, twisting, and pulling. You can do this from a standing position, you can do it if you're lying on your back during a rape situation, and you can even do it if the attacker attacks you with a bear hug type of attack. All she needs to do is to move her hip to the side, grab, twist, and pull. This causes massive internal damage and hopefully will stop the most determined attackers.